Hi guys, it's Compound Interest Stock Guy. If you like this channel, give me a like and add me and subscribe to my channel for future entertainment. Again, I'm not a financial advisor and this is just entertainment and information on the stock market. I hope you enjoy. So today we're going to get into Hexo and we're going to get into new strike brands, HIP, and we're going to get into Tlry, T-L-R-Y. So first off, we're going to get into new strike brands, alright? So we're looking at the level lines, and this is basically the resistance and the support lines, and the yellow is the 200-day moving average, and the orange is the 50-day, and the red is the 10-day. So if we look at the 37, that goes back to around August 2017, alright? And then we get into the next support would be the 60 cents at around, it would be the new resistance, because later support turns into resistance moving forward. So that's going to be the resistance moving forward as well. So that'll be interesting to watch. So you look at this, and it hit around 86 cents back in September, and then now it's been cooling out around 37 cents. What did it hit on Friday? It was around 35.5 cents to 40 cents, and it closed at 36 cents. Okay, so then you got the 200-day moving average around 70 cents, and then 40 and 49 cents will be the next resistance as well. I want to look into Bollinger Bands as well, because I know it looks as though there's going to be a Bollinger squeeze. Alright, so let me just get rid of the other lines so it's a little more less messy. Okay, so you look at them and it's getting tighter and tighter. You look at this and it's getting really tight around here, right? And it's hitting the lower part of the Bollinger Band, and that could be a move that it's gonna move up to around here, to around 50 to 60 cents, and then higher. You look at back from around here, and it went down. It went from 45 cents, like 50 cents around here, all the way to 290 and 330. But it said like it could go down. When the Bollinger Bands open up after they're tight, it can go up or it can go down. So this can go down as well. It could go down to around like 25 cents depending on the momentum, but it doesn't seem as though people really want to trade. It's going really tight in that area around the 35 to 45 cents level, if you look at that level. So it doesn't seem as though large investors are selling a lot of shares. So I'm more biased towards the upside. Again, we will see. It also pays to understand the S&P 500. I'll open that up as well. Okay, so you look at the 1-year chart. Okay, so it's going down, and the 5-year chart, it was back from how it was in August 2017. Alright, that's hitting the low part. So it doesn't look very good, like as far as the S&P 500 keep going down. But the marijuana industry is the biggest industry really right now that's growing. So I'm hoping that HIP can kind of go in the uptrend, so it can get up to 50 to 60 cents, and it can ride up to $1 and $1.50 and $2 after, as soon as tax loss selling goes. So enough about the Strike Brands, and ticker HIP in Canada on the TSXV, and it's also NWKRF in America, and there's also the HIP .w for their regular warrants, and HIP .w A for their WA warrants. Okay, so that goes into Strike Brands. I'm gonna get into Hexo now. So Hexo is trading around 431, and the 52-week high was at 305 for the low, and the 52-week high was 929. All right. So it has a price to book of 2.325 and a price to sales of 74. So it's still very high in that scale of the price to sales, but I do think their next sales when they're reporting will be very good. I know they did a pretty good last quarter, about around 6.8 million, so it will be interesting to see their next quarter, which I think will be pretty good. It could be around 20 million, maybe even higher. So now you look at this, and this is the level line of the last time it hit really low, around there, around the $4.04, around 4.10. That's pretty much could be the low that it looks as though that Hexo could hit. I mean, again, it could go down to, if it breaks below that, it could break to the 285 where it hit down here. So, and it could also hit this line around 305. That could be another resistance level. That maybe that's the lowest it goes, but these are the levels to watch out for. And then on the uptrend, the levels to look out for is the 546. And you look at the 200-day moving average, it's around there. Let's see, yeah, 542, right? It's like right on the button pretty much. And then the next one after that would be around $7 when it hit here. So those are the next on the uptrend. If Hexo starts going on the uptrend, those are the support and the resistance levels moving forward on Hexo. And their 50-day moving average is 592, so that's another resistance level. So this is a 3-month chart now. So it almost looks like it's bottoming out, but it almost looks like it could go a few more days maybe and hit that 404. So that may be a time to look to get into a call option on Hexo, or to buy shares. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is just for information and research on stocks in the stock market. Again, do your own due diligence. I'm just showcasing these stocks on the trend lines and seeing which way they may go. Again, we will have to look for it next week, the direction it goes, but the 542 on the 200-day moving average and the 592, if it can break above the 542, that's going to talk a lot about how bullish it is on that stock. And then, you know, moving forward towards this mark around $7. So it'll be interesting moving forward with Hexo. Used to be Hydropothecary, and yeah, we're gonna be watching that to see which direction it goes. Again, the ticker is Hexo on the TSX, and they're also on the Hexo, they have warrants with the W warrant, and they have HYYDF, and that is their ticker on the OTC, I believe, and HYYWF is their warrant, I think, on the OTC. But they are intentionally trying to get onto the NYSE, and they did make an application, and it doesn't really take long to get onto the NYSE or the NASDAQ, I believe. It takes a very short time. As soon as they're approved, they can get on within 3 or 4 business days, I believe. So you could be seeing Hexo on the NASDAQ or the NYSE in a very short timeline coming up soon. So yeah, it's something to look forward to, people who are trading in USA, because the institutional buying will be very big if it gets to the NASDAQ or the NYSE. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into Tlry. Okay, so Tlry, their market cap is 6.98, and this is in US dollars, and their price to book is 37 times, which is pretty crazy, and their price of sales is 220. So it's a lot higher than a lot of the other companies, which is why they're getting heavily shorted. And apparently they have stocks coming free trading I believe in January. So it'll be interesting, because as soon as the shares start free trading, then people will want to sell their shares, and it'll be a bigger float, so then they won't be able to keep it up so tight. So it may go back really low, but they do have some good things going on with them, with Novartis, and also the deal with InBev. That was a $100 million kind of joint venture to develop products. So it'll be interesting with Tlry moving forward. Their 10-day moving average is $79, and their 50-day moving average is 107.84. So that is what's been the moving average around those timelines. So I mean, it's hard to say which way it's gonna go. Let's look at the RSI. Alright, so the RSI hit really low around this level when it hit $64 as a low, and then it slowly started to recover, but it doesn't seem very strong. It almost seems as though the bears are still in fair bit control, but you just never know. It is very low. You generally want to buy a stock when it's at a low part. If you're doing swing trading, that's a good time generally. And then see if you could buy, say, $10,000 worth of shares at $65, and then sell it, what was that, the 17th, and sell it a few days later for $80, you'd be making around 20%. So I mean, you wouldn't necessarily get that, because it was probably only there for a short term, so maybe only get about 15%. But if you were to sell it around $75 or $77, you could get around 15% within 2-3 days. So that was a pretty big move, and that's why then those people would sell off, right? They get their 15%, and they know the market's in a bear market, so they're going to take their profits, alright? So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. There's a 107, that will be their resistance, and then you know that there's no real strength in the charts with the candlesticks. Nothing's telling me that it's really gonna go up or potentially go up. I mean, this could be a bottom, but I would like to see a doji, something like this, come about on the next trading day, and then after that it could have a very big bullish candle, something the size of this, and start changing the direction and go towards $100. So it'll be interesting to watch that. I know a lot of people trade this stock, not as much as it used to be. It's 2.147 million shares were traded, and then this is 2.8 million that are average traded. So there's 93.16 million shares in their float. So yeah, this is the Tlry company, and this is on Stockhouse that I use for the charts. And yeah, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and I hope you enjoyed this video on technical analysis with Tlry and Hexo and HIP new strike brands. Again, please give me a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more entertainment and information on the stock market. And have a great day. Bye.